Yo, what's up guys? It's Char here bringing you guys another episode of Tourney review. This time it's for Comet Clash Season 6, Number 5, and let's get started with doubles. Okay, so we're back. So for doubles this week, I decided to run it back with the team with Casey. I was thinking of teaming with Skits, which is a Wario player, but he had a tournament the night before. So we ran it back with the Nair squad. If you don't know who Casey is, check out the previous video. I explained a little bit about him, but let's just get straight into the matches. Looking at our round one, we fought Nightmare and Cruise Loops. I had never seen Cruise Loops before, but Nightmare's a pretty good Richter player. Game one, it was on PS2. And I think we barely etched that out, and then game two they brought it back. Their team was Richter Samus, which is two projectile characters, and ours is Ike Palutena. They went to PS2 back again, won very closely, and then I think game three was on Smashville, and we kind of just ran over them on that one. We had a really sick comeback, and we took the set 2-1. Our next round in doubles was against Oryx and Desley, and this was the second seeded team, and we were the 10th. So to put it in perspective, Oryx is like person who usually wins Comet Clash, and Desley, again, as I said before in previous episodes, is a pretty good Palutena player. So we kind of got kind of bodied. It really wasn't that close. It was a 2-0. So in losers, we fought Lactose and Omega, and off the top of my head, I can't really remember this round too much. Not to say they weren't good players, but I actually forgot completely who these guys played. So we 2-0'd them. We moved on. Then we fought the seed right above us, which was Indie Gray and Tail. Indie Gray is a really good Ridley player from the DFW area, and Tail plays Zelda. And that was her team, Ridley Zelda. We won game one pretty handily. Then we didn't ban Town and City. Indie Gray switched to secondary Sonic, which is Ike's worst matchup, completely on Town, so it was terrible. We lost that very badly. And then game three, we brought him back to a smaller stage. He stayed Sonic, and we won that pretty closely. I don't know if game three was all that close, but we won it 2-1. And then now in losers round 4, already in top 8, so this is guaranteed 7th if we won or lost, or if we lost here, sorry. We went to get Imp, Chef, and Imp Ryan. Ryan's a good friend of mine. Chef is another cool Falco player from the area. Ryan plays Rob. We lost this set 2-1. They were running Falco Wii Fit, I think, and I don't think they switched off of it. So yeah, we just had a hard time dealing with the Wii Fit, who's constantly on ledge, and Falco, who's taking the 2v1. So again, we had that advantage. We just sort of lost it at the end. It was a close set. We lost 1-2, and we were out at doubles in 7th. Really big improvement from last week. I think this was a 3-2, and yeah, that was pretty cool. Now let's move on to singles. Okay, back with singles. So singles this week, I wasn't sticking to only Byleth. I practiced with the esports team the Friday before Comet Clash, and I was playing only Ike, so I was getting bodied because I haven't played him in a while, seriously. So I wanted to get him back into the group slowly, but I still want to be committed to this co-main Byleth, so I definitely started off with her in the tournament. So let's start with my round one. So my round one was me versus Moon Rider, and even though it's a different name from last week, this is Painkiller, the Joker player that I talked about in the last episode. So unfortunately, I had to fight him again round one. It was the same matchup, Joker Byleth. This was a lot closer, I think, than the last games we had, but he lost that barely, and I think maybe he just wanted to try out a secondary or see if it was a better matchup for him, so he switched to his Isabelle, which I personally don't think Isabelle's very good, to get off on a bit of a tangent, but he went Isabelle against my Byleth, and he got spiked pretty early because he missed his fishing rod to ledge, and then he got spiked at 20, but he kept his composure and he brought the game back really close. I was on my third stock when he only had one stock at one point, and he brought it back to almost last stock last set. So good on him, but I ended up winning that set 2-0, as you can see right here. Okay, next one. The round 2 winners was against Desley. Learned that Desley played Byleth last week and went 0-2. But he was committed to learning the character and doing more, so we had a bit of Byleth dittos. Game 1, he had a really unfortunate SD. He went like super deep, or maybe he missed his up B, and he died almost at like 0, so I won that game pretty easily on PS2. Game 2, it was pretty close. He went back to PS2. I think it was like last stock, last hit, or near it. I just got edge guarded, unfortunately, and Game 3 wasn't too close. He was sort of figuring out my habits, and I think Desley is a better player in general, so even though we're playing the same character, he was able to edge guard me better, which I think was the key in the Byleth ditto. I didn't get a single like really early edge guard on him, but he would hit his side Bs and kill me at like 70. Like he'd drop down like drop zone side B, which killed pretty early, and I wasn't expecting those, so I lost that set 1-2. Okay, let's move on to losers. I had to fight an F Bear Chaos Jam. I can't remember what he played round 1. I think it was on PS2, and I went my Byleth still because I was still going all Byleth. But it was really close to the point where it scared me that I was gonna lose. It was like last stock, last hit basically, and I didn't want to really try the Byleth again and go really bad record, which is like 1-2. So I ended up game 2. He counterpicked to Yoshi, so I'm like, oh, this is as good of time as any. So I went Ike because I think Ike is really good on Yoshi's, and he decided to counterpick my Byleth because I guess he thought I was staying, or I don't know. I mean, technically I had to switch first, so he counterpicked my Ike with Corrin, and the same thing with Isabel. I'm not understanding these people like switching their better characters to really low tiers because I think Corrin's absolutely awful. It's like Ike, but like way worse with less combos and less damage, less kill power. So I'm not sure about the Corrin pick. But hey, he won it. I won that set 2-0. Yeah, that was that. Round 3 was against some kid named Maple. I've never seen this kid before. He's like really young. He was like 14. Again, I've seen really good kids that were younger. So I wasn't going in there with like low expectations or anything, especially since he was in losers round 3, which means he's pretty decent. What ended up happening, I saw the Legend of Zelda font on his shirt, and I guess I didn't really think about it, but so we went into game 1. I'm still playing Byleth as usual, and then he picks Young Link, and oh my gosh, that matchup is abysmal, literally abysmal. Getting in against Young Link as Byleth, the really weird areas of denial, which are like very straightforward and like not a big range, it's like almost impossible to hit Young Link, and his projectiles are way better than the one that Byleth has. So it's like kind of overwhelming. I couldn't really do much besides lose. I mean, I brought it close. It was like last stock he was mid%, but yeah, there was almost nothing I could do there. So what ended up happening afterwards is that I'm like, okay, I don't want to lose to this kid. He didn't ban Yoshi Story, so I ended up going Ike, bringing the Ike back for the second time in the tournament. And we were on Yoshi's. It was going really well. He wasn't reacting very well to my nairs. It was a very different character. He didn't really have to respect Byleth at all. He could just throw projectiles, and I had to run from him, but I was slow and I didn't have any good areas. But Ike was completely different. I was in the air. I was kind of overwhelming him with nairs, like fade back fairs and things like that. And I got off to like a pretty good lead early. It was like 3 stocks to like 2, and he was about to die. And then he started adapting really well. I couldn't just mindlessly like nair basically, even though everyone says that about Ike. There's actually a bit of thought that goes into it. And I couldn't do that anymore. He was anti-airing me. He was like rising fair, rising up air, rising nair to beat me out. And I didn't realize that fast enough, mostly because I hadn't been playing Ike most of the tournament, and that was my second game with him. So I wasn't able to adapt back, and he ended up picking up a lead. And after he picked up a lead, that matchup is super hard for Ike too. There's really nothing he can do. His areas of approach are very linear, which jump in nair and things such as that. So it was like last stock, last hit, and he brought it back, like way back, because I was winning pretty hard at the beginning, and I ended up losing that set 0-2. So that was the story of Comet Clash Season 6, number 5. I went 2-2, playing mostly Byleth, 2 games of Ike, basically only when I was scared I was going to lose. But again, you know, you always run that risk of, even though you're down a game and you switch to your main, you're not necessarily going to win the next game, because you didn't have time to prep or adapt or change how you're playing. So that was the unfortunate story. I got 25th, but I think it was a really good learning experience. For Byleth's side of things, I was still struggling to kill a lot, but I think that's in general how Byleth's gonna work. Not that she has trouble killing, more so that her setups are really weird and unreliable. I need to work on the tech where F smash will cover every option on ledge. I definitely need to work on edge guarding some characters that are easy to edge guard, or just, you know, pushing my advantage state more. And you know, I guess obviously the ditto. As for Ike, I guess adapting mid game when I'm inevitably gonna switch to him, because I think playing Byleth in tournament is gonna be my go-to to get it practiced, to get it honed, to be able to be a true co-main. But thanks you guys for watching. As always, I appreciate it. It's the YouTube only content. I know I'm trying to get other things on here besides the Tourney reviews, but it's a bit of a way for me to ease into it. Getting one YouTube video a week is good for now, and I think I'm going to try and ease into more things later. So again, catch me on Twitch below, twitch.tv/charlx. I stream 5 days a week. 2 of those are in the morning, 3 at night. Make sure to check that out. It's a good time. We play Smash, other single player games. Follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to the channel. Put the alert bell for the weekly videos. And yeah, your comments, likes, everything, the support means a lot to me, that anyone will even watch these videos. So thank you again. That's been it for me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.